now to issues of Haiti, where the death toll after the 7.2 magnitude earthquake has climbed rapidly towards the 2,000 death mark. More than 6,900 people were injured and an unknown number of people are still missing. Humanitarian organizations say that survivors need drinking water as well as shelter. More than 30,000 families have reportedly been left homeless. Joining us now for an update on the situation in the island nation is Haiti's ambassador to South Africa, Ambassador Jacques Barrel. Mr. Barrel, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you for your time today. A devastating situation that we're currently experiencing or hearing about and seeing coming out of Haiti. What is the situation like on the ground?
Listening to you, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to update our South African brothers and sisters the situation in Haiti. It is quite difficult right now on the ground. As you mentioned, we are now approaching the 2,600 death toll and about close to 8,000 wounded as we are speaking right now. 30,000 families, as you said, are now out of a home. And to make matters worse, we are now expected to be hit by the tropical storm that started with heavy rain already. So the situation is quite difficult right now, and the authorities and some humanitarian organizations are doing their very best to actually attend to the people in the south of Haiti at the moment.
And what type of measures are being put in place in order to be able to adequately support the families that have lost their lives or their livelihoods, who have lost shelter and are needing food? Is there enough help from organizations?
We are very appreciative of the organization that are showing their support, and our partners and allies, the neighboring countries that are doing their best to come and support. But I do have to say that we're not seeing enough support coming through, and I don't think it's a matter of not wanting to give the support, but we are in the middle of a pandemic where everybody have problems as well. So it is very important to say thank you to those that are showing their support, and we are asking for whoever can actually lend a hand and help us to go through this very hard situation right now, to actually find any ways and any organization that are actually on the ground and contact our embassy, anybody that is willing and think that they could bring some help to our people right now.
We are hearing reports as well, Ambassador, of the fact that those who are in more rural, far-lying areas are not being reached at the moment because of the large damage to infrastructure such as bridges and roads. What type of plans are being made in order to facilitate help to those in need who cannot be reached at the moment?
Yes, so we have to confirm that a couple of roads that was actually blocked to have access to these people. We have to say, fortunately, two main roads have been made accessible now. We are slowly getting to those people in those very rural areas. So yesterday, we also know that there is a couple of airlift helicopters that actually went to those areas, airlifting the most injured. And we also need to mention that there is a good number of people from the Haitian diaspora, and I will mention myself, who actually started an initiative where we, putting together so we can get as many as our brothers and sisters out of those areas. It's not enough. I did speak to a couple of authorities and also friends that are a little more privileged in the country very late last night. We're working on different initiatives to see if we can get more helicopters come through Haiti so that we can actually go to those rural areas and even bring more people from the very center of the South to the city and Port-au-Prince, and so that we can actually give them the help that they need.
Ambassador, earlier on in our conversation, you mentioned another tropical storm that was making its way to Haiti. Tell us more about that.
Well, August, mid-August and August is every year it's a tropical season in the Caribbean, and as you know, Haiti was hit many times very hard by the tropical season. So it's nothing new. It's something actually the authorities was getting ready for and gearing up for. And I must say that because of that preparation for the tropical storm, it did give the authorities an opportunity to assist a little quicker as they were getting ready for the tropical storm coming. So we do see that every year. So every now and then we'll get hit very, very hard. Not just Haiti. It's the different countries on the highland. Sometimes it comes very strong, and sometimes it just goes through. And right now we even see the south of America, which is very close to Cuba and Haiti, is actually also in watching the tropical storm that will make its way down to us. So hopefully by the time the tropical storm comes through, sometimes it loses its speed, and so that the people don't have to deal with that as well.
Now, Haiti is a poor country. How is this then going to be exacerbated, the levels of poverty, by these storms? And as you say, that these are quite frequent storms.
Well, it has been a problem for many, many years. We've been very fortunate to actually have our partners to help us through those situations. And I think, the poverty in its own is not, it's not something that that the tropical storm create. So we usually are quite ready for a tropical storm as people know about it, and people usually take the most precaution. But you are right. The means are not always there. The means are difficult to find. And that's why we are very thankful for many organizations that actually work with the Haitian authorities and the Haitian people in preparation to those tropical storm yearly. And again, it's not a Haiti problem. It's a problem in that region, in the Caribbean. So we work together as partners to actually go through those tropical storms.
I'd like to just change tack for a moment and focus on another topical issue regarding Haiti, and that is the assassination of President Moïse in July. How is the country faring post that assassination?
Well, it was a shock for everyone in the country, and I think the images that came out the day after the assassination of the president showed that the Haitian people were absolutely shocked and very sad about the assassination of our president. So, the country right now is a bit confused in terms of what happened. We knew that the president had people that didn't see eye to eye with him, but that's everywhere. We never, ever in a million years thought it would get to this. Me being a close collaborator to the president, we've spoke about a lot of time, possibilities of gearing up its security, but never in the world, never in the lifetime we would thought something like that would actually happen. So it is indeed a great shock for the Haitian people.
And what do we know so far? Who are the assassins? How did they gain access to the property? And have there been any sort of ramifications for their actions?
Well, there have been a lot of arrests that have been made, nearly 50 people right now, including the Colombian commando who was actually hired to carry the head of the president. We have many nationals and people from the close security of the president. It would be irresponsible of me to actually say too much because the investigation is being run right now. And we also have the help of the FBI that came and support that investigation. And we also saw that the Prime Minister, through the Foreign Ministry, and our Minister Dr. Claude Joseph, made a special request to the UN so that we can create a special tribunal so we can actually have an independent investigation for the assassination of the president. And I believe it's important not only for our president who was assassinated, but I think, it is very important for the world to actually, take those things seriously when a leader is coming in and wants to change policies, their life are in danger. So I think it's very important that we don't just see President Moïse's assassination as our loss, but it's a loss for the rest of the world in democracy.
First Lady was also at the scene, also left for dead. She did leave the country, but is now back in Haiti. How is she doing? And there are reports as well that she may herself run for presidency.
Well, I'm happy to say that the First Lady is doing much better now. She's doing well. She did go back to Haiti for the funeral of her husband, and she carried herself very strong. However, she still had to go back to finish her health check and had an intervention that had to go through. She had done all of that. Right now, she's resting with her kids and the family. So she gave an interview and she did not rule out the fact that she may come as a candidate to make sure that her husband ideas actually get through. But it's nothing that she confirmed. It was just a question that was asked and she responded to that. So it's not something that we can speculate on or say that's going to happen as we know right now.
Ambassador Jacques Barrel, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, as well as the update on both the First Lady as well as the earthquake that devastated Haiti. He is the ambassador to South Africa for Haiti.